So I made a realization as I was walking around today. Am I the only person with a radio? Like an actual working radio that can broadcast back and forth? I mean, when was the last time that somebody picked up a CB or even a walkie-talkie? Do you remember making radio kits? No? Of course not! You weren't that nerdy kid like me. And very few people probably wanted to bring something so archaic back into a fashion. Probably the internet's fault. Stupid internet. I didn't mean that, internet! You were great! I imagine you're still a thing in small networks around the world. A heart beating weakly, but still ready to triumph. Did you know the internet was started here in Utah? Yeah, true story. Yeah, look it up on the books. Yeah, that felt too soon. Even for me. Especially for me. Okay, so, brief apocryphal history lesson. Ever since the secession of Germany, well, rather, when it all started, king and country needed to communicate with the knights on the front lines and send messages back and forth around the world, but with a caveat that it would be discreet, but with a cool code and cipher. Some awesome MI6 or code talkers stuff. And ever since then, people have been kind of trying to replicate just that. And we can thank Turing for some of the cool cipher stuff and how computers think. But that's another story. A sad story. Same with the code talkers. Well, some scholarly types in the university here found out that they could communicate a set of computers here through phone lines to another computer at a different location. Granted, it was super slow, but the data was successful. Then, it turned into a network of computers. Mostly other universities to share data and research back and forth, and then it started going into businesses so those schools could get data and information directly from the source. And when it made its way home with smaller computers, the rest, as they say, is the king's history. There you go. You learned something you probably didn't know before. Anyways. Since I realized you aren't on a CB like I am, I'm reading up on some books on how to patch into an FM frequency. It's one reason I'm thinking about moving over to the college. Last I knew, they had a full working FM broadcasting station. Plus, I've started to notice that the others, you know the ones? The people who have no sense of direction or purpose and just grunt and groan and look thinner by the day. Yeah. Those ones, they're starting to pick up on my habits. Last week when I went to the stadium, they were already there. Still, no aggression. No brains or anything like that. But the ones that are outside or in the area, I've just noticed are congregating where I've been going. I'll go out, get some supplies from the store. There they are. I'll wait for you at the stadium. There they are. Go back to my base of operations, and there they are. Going to the bathroom, there they are. You know, it's only so funny when you have the literal piss scared out of you because you're peeing and they just bump into the glass. The glass is fogged up, so you don't see them until they're really close, and then it's just a silhouette, but that's not fun. So, yeah, I have been reading up on how to patch into FM. So, with a cool CB kit and plenty of food and solar panels and warm water, all I need now is a cookbook. 1001 ways to cook canned green beans and peaches. I did notice that a lot of the Asian foods are pretty well preserved because they have so much salt. But all those noodles, I can make a lot of recipes. Again, I need a cookbook or something, but... Is it weird that my priorities are read a tech book about FM radio instead of very easily go pick up a book about cooking? I mean, I think it makes sense to me. I don't have all the fine accoutrement that a kitchen could have. Maybe the college would have that. I think I'm talking myself into the college more and more, to be honest. Library, radio setup, possible kitchen. Although, do I want to make my base so public? There's a reason that we keep things to ourselves. Gotta keep myself protected. Maybe you're waiting for me to tell you where all my food is. I mean, look around. It's in almost any store. But maybe when things get really tough and we've been at this for a while and I have this considerable stock, yeah, that's when you come in. Raid my stash and burn me in the process. Well, friend, I am smarter than that. After this week, I will set up a broadcast, set up at the college, and use some of the facilities. But I think I'll keep my base to myself. You haven't been forthcoming about your info now, have you? Huh? Well, I did just say you couldn't hear me, most likely due to the fact that you aren't lame like me. Man, this isolation is really starting to get to me. I imagine it's getting to you, too. Hopefully my voice provides some solace. If you are listening. And if not, maybe when I have the FM broadcast setup working, you can hear me and find some peace in that? I don't know. I know just hearing another voice right now, I would be really grateful for that. Hells. You might be more paranoid than me. Maybe that cannibal joke sent a shiver down your spine. You sit there and think, this bloke is going to kill me. Well, that's fair. You don't know me. You don't know me from Adam. We don't know each other. And this doesn't have to be the restarting civilization. I'm just trying not to be alone. You know that saying of like, you can't do it by yourself, ask others around you, or some nonsense about asking for help is a vulnerable thing, but it's important to do at the same time? It's hard to ask for help when there is literally no one around to ask. Trust me, I would have asked a long time ago, but I am asking for your help. Come out. You aren't alone. You don't have to do any of this alone. Come out of your hiding. We don't need to live together. I mean, that's why I chose the stadium at first. If I sit in a big public space, you can see where I'm at. See that I am a regular person. If you come out, we can help each other. I won't follow you or hurt you. I'm tired of being by myself. Excuse me. I think that's enough for today. Stadium, tomorrow, midday to sundown. I'll listen. Be listening for a reply. Good luck. You aren't alone out there. And you don't have to be.